Let's discuss about splenectomy. Splenectomy. Splenectomy means removal of spleen, right? So let us see with the various conditions where splenectomy is indicated. The most common indication of splenectomy is trauma. Trauma is the most common indication. And most common indication of elective splenectomy is ITP. Most common indication for elective splenectomy. Elective splenectomy. It is ITP. ITP means idiopathic thrombocytopenic purpura. Okay. Most common indication for elective splenectomy is ITP. Other symptoms, other conditions like hereditary spherocytosis. Hereditary spherocytosis. Hereditary spherocytosis. In hereditary spherocytosis, splenectomy is mandatory. In hereditary spherocytosis, splenectomy is always done in hereditary spherocytosis. Other indications like primary hypersplenism, primary hypersplenism, splenic vein thrombosis, splenic vein thrombosis, splenic abscesses, all these are indications of splenectomy. One is trauma is the most common indication. Then most common indication for elective splenectomy is idiopathic thrombocytopenic purpura. And in hereditary spherocytosis, splenectomy is always indicated. Primary hypersplenism, splenic vein thrombosis, and splenic abscess. These are the indications of splenectomy. Now, let us see the required number of platelets before surgery. Okay. For elective surgery, minimum platelets should be 1 lakh. If we do splenectomy by elective surgery, then for elective splenectomy, the minimum number of platelets should be 50,000. For elective splenectomy, the minimum number of platelets should be 50,000. The best time for platelet transfusion is after ligation of splenectomy. Best time for platelet transfusion. Best time for platelet transfusion is after ligation of splenic artery. So the minimum number of platelets for elective splenectomy is 50,000. The best time for platelet transfusion is after ligation of splenic artery. Let us see the complications of splenectomy. Complications of splenectomy. One is lung related. The most common complication is atelectasis. This is the most common complication, and this is responsible for fever up to 48 hours. Okay, and if there is atelectasis, there will be fever up to 48 hours. And the cause is non-infectious, and it is not associated with chills and triggers. Okay, and the cause of fever here is non-infectious and this fever is not associated with chills is not associated with chills. Okay, and consolidation, there will be consolidation of lung, and here fever with chills and rigors will be seen. Chills and rigor. So the first is the most common complications in lung related is atelectasis, right? In atelectasis there will be fever, but this is not associated with chills and rigors. But in consolidation there will be fever with chills and rigors. This is lung related, and one more complication can also occur, that is pleural effusion. Okay, in lung related there are three complications, right? One is atelectasis. Second one is consolidation. Third one is pleural effusion. Atelectasis is the most common. Then moving to diaphragm related complications. Diaphragm related. In diaphragm related, we'll see subdiaphragmatic hematoma. There may be formation of subdiaphragmatic hematoma. And subdiaphragmatic abscess can also form. Subdiaphragmatic abscesses. Okay, these are the two important diaphragm related complications. One is subdiaphragmatic hematoma, second one is subdiaphragmatic abscess formation. Then pancreas related. There can be acute pancreatitis. Injury to tail of pancreas can occur. Injury to tail of pancreas. One is pancreatic fistula. So we have three complications here. One is acute pancreatitis, second one is injury to tail of pancreas, third one is pancreatic fistula formation. These are the pancreatic related. Then thromboembolic complications. One is thromboembolic complications. One is thrombocytosis. Can happen. Second one is immobilization. Due to immobilization, there can be thrombi formation which results in DVT. Okay, these two things can result in DVT, deep vein thrombosis in lower limb, and this results in pulmonary embolism. So here what is happening is there is increase in platelet count, right? And there is also, as after surgery, patient must be immobilized. So this results in DVT, that will ultimately result in pulmonary embolism. This is the complications. And one more is the most common late fatal complication. Most common late fatal complication is OPSI. OPSI means overwhelming post splenectomy infection. Overwhelming post splenectomy infection. You see, spleen is very important for immunity, right? So as the splenectomy is done, infection will occur. This complication will be seen after 2 to 5 years of splenectomy. After 2 to 5 years of splenectomy, this complication is usually seen. And there is also increased risk of malignancy. Increased risk of malignancy. And it leads to hematological, sorry, this is not risk. So the risk for this fatal complication, is when there are any malignancies, or when there is any hematological disorders. In hematological disorders or any malignancies, then the risk for this fatal complication will be increased. So this is about the most common late fatal complication. Then, as 40 to 50% case fatality is seen in this fatal complication. In OPSI, 40 to 50% case fatality rate is seen, because it is very dangerous. You see, the main base of this OPSI is, as the splenectomy is done, there is increased risk of infection by capsulated organism. Okay, we'll see how OPSI is dangerous. The pathophysiology. So in OPSI, as the splenectomy is done, there will be increased risk of infection by capsulated organism like pneumococci, capsulated organisms like streptococci, pneumonia, and influenza. Okay, how will you prevent this fatal complication? Because the case fatality rate is very high. We have to prevent this risk. Prevention is by vaccine. Vaccine is given before 2 weeks of elective surgery. This vaccine is given before 2 weeks of elective surgery. And if the surgery is done in emergency, suppose if there is emergency splenectomy, if the emergency splenectomy was done, then we have to give the vaccine as early as possible. Okay, in emergency splenectomy, we have to give the vaccine as early as possible. Okay, this is about splenectomy and its complication.